the recruiter added that all that being said, right, you did great in interviews and we'd like to offer you the job, guys. Wow, wow, wow. So she was speechless. Honestly, felt so blessed, right? Oh my God, we always love those kind of stories, man, especially when we get to that point, guys. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today, guys, we have an amazing story I'm gonna be reacting to, guys. So before we get into that, I want to quickly introduce myself. I'm Genie Coder, and I pretty much help people with leveling up their skills as it relates to coding interviews, right? So if that's something that you're interested in, I would highly suggest you guys subscribe to the channel because we have like-minded individuals, I'm saying, as part of the community that are very serious about leveling up their skills, the coding interview skills, and get better. So if you want to join that, consider subscribing and join this awesome community, guys. So this post, guys, is a very, very inspiring post. I'm saying, so I like it a lot actually. So let's quickly go ahead and read it. Right. So the name of it, right? So it's called Amazon Global Facebook Offer Grad, April 20 to June 2020, right? April, June, and his journey many failed, right? So I like this story a lot, the title a lot, because this one is gonna give us a good overview, a good thing, good thing. We're seeing that there's a lot of failures. I'm saying a lot of failures, and that so I love seeing stories like because it doesn't warp our perception of things, right? Sometimes we only see the success stories, right? We rarely see the failures that happen along the way, guys. I'm saying because before you win, guys, you're gonna have to fail most of the time. For most people like you and I, right? I'm saying most likely we're gonna have to fail before we get to whatever destination that we have to get, guys. I'm saying some people, they can get it, first try, everything happens, everything's smooth sailing, right? But for a majority of people like you and I, we have to go through those kind of journeys of failing over and over, right? I'm saying until we get the thing that we want, guys, right? So the first things it says, after all the community could have done for him, right? He wanted to pitch in his personal experience interviewing and how each company seemed for him, right? So that's a very good thing, man. Contributing to the community, guys. What I'm saying, most of us, we take. I'm saying I'm guilty of that, right? Um, but we never contribute, right? I'm saying, so it's a good thing that he's contributing. So that's a good thing that he's doing that, right? So someone's got to do it. So his journey interviewing at Fang, right? So that's a pretty good one. I forgot to skip his background. He finished his CS at a pretty unknown university, right? I'm saying, yeah. So you see that this guy, man, from unknown university, like the majority of people, I'm saying, majority like people like you or not. I mean, I assume that no, you don't. I'm saying, uh, started off like at unknown university, guys. I'm saying this kind of shows us that even though we didn't go to the best university in the world, right, we could end up with the um, people who went to the best universities. I'm saying we end up at the same place. We shows you that the leak your grind. It shows you if you're willing to work, you put in the work, guys, you can really, really put yourself in a good position, right? Even though things didn't start out as great for you, right? You could always end up in a pretty good spot, right? If you put in the work, if you show up and you do the work, even I'm saying, doing the work every single time, guys, not giving up and continuing on your path to your journey, guys. So I like it a lot, man. So one internship done in machine learning, right? Plus 1.5 years of part-time experience working as a data scientist for a startup, right? He never did competitive programming, right? Also wasn't interested in data structures, algorithms, right? Prior to February, March of 2020, right? So kind of like the majority of people, like us, right? We, I kind of knew about, we're not competitive programmers, right? We're not that, right? We knew, we had some, so I had some interest in data structures because I went to school and I had taken class in that, but I wasn't in love with it, right? I kind of knew it a little bit, but I didn't really directly like know a lot about it, right? So yeah, his journey interviewing at Fang, right? So 2018, guys, right? He discovered Fang and what it meant to work there. I started applying to every single internship he could find, right? Only Facebook reached out to him, right? And then he got a phone interview. It was a total disaster, right? He had a very bad internet and almost no preparation, right? Obviously, the offer, right? I'm saying it's really, very bad, especially going into um, interviews with no preparation, man. You pretty much set yourself for failure, right? Those questions, man, are kind of showing the hard man. If you're not doing leak code on a day-to-day basis, what I'm saying, not familiar with kind of how leak code works, the question type of questions, what I'm saying, the weird things, what I'm saying, you're not gonna be too proficient at it, right? You need to grind it and you need to do it. Kind of be in that world, see all these kind of thinking I need to have to kind of solve these questions, right? So the questions can be quite tricky, and with the preparation, the chances of you getting in is extremely hard, guys, right? Um, 2020, right? He applied to some new grad roles. I'm saying only Google reached out and he said he scheduled an interview for March. So he had enough time to practice, right? But he had to reschedule for April for personal reasons, right? So he says on the 25th of February, right? He signed up for LeetCode for about a month. He did about 1 or 2 problems on average, right? Some days he did a lot, some days he did nothing, right? At this point, he had barely any memory of any data structure that is in string, tree, or dictionary, right? He did remember the general ideas of the data structure, right? But he did about zero practice, right? To better understand his situation, right? He avoided all graph and tree problems, right, for the first month, as they were complicated right now. I kind of understand that because first started out, man, graph and trees can be quite difficult to understand to graphs. You know what I'm saying, because those kind of data structures are kind of weird, and they're not. I'm saying too beginner friendly, right? So I'm saying it's always good to make sure that you get your fundamentals down pat and work your way in. I'm saying I think it's a good way to start doing some array question, tree question. I mean string questions to kind of give you the confidence that's needed to continue on that journey, guys. You know what I'm saying, because if you go do too hard concept too early on, right, you're gonna get demotivated, and you're not gonna want to continue on your journey, guys. You know what I'm saying, that's just like going to the gym, guys. You go to the gym, you pick the heaviest weight. What I'm saying, that's not the best way to ease your way in to that, you know what I'm saying, that routine, right? To exercising, you know what I'm saying, doing lead code and stuff like that, right? You need to start off something small and work your way in into the hard concepts after, right? I'm saying. So March of 2020, so March 2020, right? Amazon contacted him, right? Got 2 online assessment. He got automated email saying they wanted to proceed with the phone interview. So he did that. He passed, right? And now he got a phone interview. Phone interview wasn't sure what it was going to be about. He ended up having to answer a lot of network related questions, a bit of basic algorithm trivia, and a lot of behavioral questions, right? He wasn't asked to write a single line of code, right? So all but 2 questions, more than 20, quickly and clearly, right? So behavioral wise, yeah, I read a lot about the principles, right? No Amazon with their behaviorals. I'm saying very, very important, right? And all the questions that he did ask, right? He thought he did really well. The interviewer seemed pleased, right? Was sure that he was going to go to on-site, right? Yeah. So he said results, right? 1 week goes by, no news. He checked the career website. He saw that he was no longer being considered for, oh man, consideration, right? Another week later, he got email saying they won't proceed, right? That sucks, right? He's feeling that, Amazon process was kind of bad. He said we'll never apply to Amazon ever again, right? That's pretty much what he's saying there. So April, right? The Google interview came up. It was leak coding for about 5 hours, right? Reading chapters on Corman's introduction to algorithms. So some days everything made sense, right? Some days it didn't, right? He said to get the yearly subscription for LeetCode, right? I think that's a pretty good investment. Thinking that if he did get the job now, he won't care about the money later, right? Because he'll have a high-paying job, right? So it's kind of not too bad, I'm saying, to get that, right? So he took advantage of that, right, by doing company-specific questions, guys, right, and doing the mock interviews, right, which are can have for companies, right. So there's a lot of good things on why you should have a LeetCode Premium, guy. They offer a lot of benefits for it. I think it's definitely worth it, right? I'm saying, my opinion. So Google, right. So about a week before his interview, right, a week before his interview, besides LeetCode, he started doing mock interviews, right? And he said the mock interviews, guys, helped him a lot. He was able to do a lot of, at first he started doing it with familiar faces, right? And he was able to see how he was reacting under pressure and learn how to gain control of his emotion, right? You need to be composed and have your emotion in check, right? Don't get too stressed out, I'm saying. Just interview, whatever happens, man. You need to get, I'm saying. A few days before your interview, he read about a LeetCode article from someone saying that he'd been contacted a year later. So now he saw that on LeetCode, right? He saw it somewhere, and now he decided to contact his Facebook recruiter, right, from the year before, right, hoping to get an interview, right? So he did that, and The recruiter redirected him or her to another recruiter, right? Who was happy to schedule for him, right? By that time, he had solved about 150 legal questions by then, right? So he had a pretty decent one, right? He said that the problem statement was the lines of given two dictionaries, merge them into one, right? So guys, you see that this is a very simple question. He said he did all right. He talked about it a lot. He did testing. Received follow-up about nested dictionaries. Spent a lot of time discussing what he changed, and he didn't realize how much time he had spent, right? Changed his code very quickly, barely managed to go through one example before time ran out, right? Also, didn't have time to write an auxiliary function that he said he'd use, but I explained it very clearly, right? Oh, that's good and all, but he said that he got a feedback later on, right, saying that that they love his personality, right, and definitely have the googly googliness. Told him that I should manage his time better. He should have managed time better, right, and that did him or her time better. I don't know. And that they decided to say no this time. Spent too much time. Okay, got another one, right? So he was really bummed about it, right? And he saw that a lot of people around with my boyfriend. So a lot of people around her were doing like pretty good. I'm saying, um, yeah. So she felt really bad about it and kind of dumb, right? Cool. So May came around, right? It's May of 2020, right? Said she applied. Right, I'm tripping. For so final exam session, right? And she had very little time to leak code. Her Facebook interview was scheduled for the middle of June, knowing that if she would have little time in May, right? She did about 1 to 2 problems every day. Sometimes she do more on weekends, right? So she applied to a lot of other companies, right, in May and June, to none things, right? None special or worth mentioning. It was great to have more interview experiences. Everyone to apply for as many positions as they can. It's a great practice. That's a very good advice because you need to get as many practice as possible to kind of saying and before. So the general idea, the way to do things, right, is to pretty much have a lot of interviews lined up right before you do the interview at your dream company, right? So doing all those interviews then, right, is gonna give you the confidence, right, especially if you're good at them, right? By the time you get to your dream company, right, you'll feel a lot more relaxed, a lot better because you've been acing all those interviews before, right? I'm saying. So Facebook, right? So for an interview, it's all about 220 questions by then, right? So it won't be giving too much details, right? So there were 2 problems. One, the structure and design, very common, right? So she's talking about the phone interview now, right? So we got emailed 2 hours later that they'll be moving to on-site with her, and they scheduled it for about 1.5 weeks later, right? So he reached out. My girl was happy, right? She was happy, right? So unfortunately, she had some issue resulting in spending half of the time when we were in bed sleeping, right? She did some problem days before. By this time, point of burnout was too much to handle, and I was at peace, knowing that I was doing my best, and after man, burnout, man, definitely. I see the title, this section called burnout, guys. Burnout is real, especially when it comes to leak code, guys, and especially if you grind leak code for months and months and months after every day doing leak code, it can get very depressing, very hard, guys. I'm saying because you gotta sacrifice a lot. I'm saying sacrifice time with your friends, sacrifice time with your loved ones, family, all of that. I'm saying to just do leak code every single day, man. You wake up to leak code after night, doing leak code, everything leak code, thinking about leak code, even when not doing leak code, right? Leak code, I'm saying it can get very bad, right? So I feel when she said that the burnout thing is real, guys. Especially if you have a lot of things going on, going to school, have a family, this is a lot going on. You get burnt out, right? It's not sustainable for a long period of time, guys. For to do leak code every single day, every waking hours doing leak code, right? If you're not busy, I'm saying it's not sustainable. Right? You're gonna get burnt out. Anything that you do too much, guys, you're gonna burn out. I'm saying if you work too much, you're gonna get burnt out, guys. It's kind of part of it, right? You need to find the right balance, right, to make it sustainable for long period of time, right? So she had a behavioral question that was round. That was good. Coding question. So this was her favorite part. The guy was super nice. They had a lovely time. Job option really clicked. Pretty much this that part was pretty good, what she's saying, right? But the round three, she had a little bit of problem, right? The quite less problem. It wasn't hard by any means, but uh, she had no idea how to solve it optimally, right? She spent around 15 minutes trying to come up with a good solution. None worked. Interviewer informed her that she had about 5 minutes left, right? She said, "Never give up," right? I said, right? "I'm sorry, I can't solve this better. I'll do the best solution I previously mentioned." Wrote it in literally 2 minutes. Only had time to write some test cases. No, actually go through them and verify my code. Ultimately, the code worked, but she felt that she reached a horrible solution, complexity-wise, and was spent too much time trying to find something better. And she felt like she felt it miserably, right? That's her perception, right? Because you don't know, yeah, right? So her feelings, she was bummed about it, right? The last interview, everyone kept telling her how high the bar Facebook is. Because we got a high bar, right? We know that. And she was sure that they were gonna say no, right? No, just this feeling where you're just expecting a rejection, right? Or just expecting just get you out of your misery. That's pretty much it, right? So her best friend interviewed this position 2 months prior, right? She wasn't the president of there, right? So how could they say yes to her, right? So her friend thought she did extremely well, but she didn't get the offer, right? And she saw that she didn't do good, right? She failed the last problem, right? It wasn't perfect, right? She sure, so that's why she thought that she was gonna get flat out no, right? Rejection. So she spent the next 2 weeks convincing herself that she wasn't gonna get it, right? She was 99% sure that there was no way they'd say yes, right? She refreshed her email almost every 15 minutes, waiting for them to send an email, putting her out of her misery, right? Right, we all, man, always is this anxiety after you done an interview, just waiting for a response, right? You refresh your emails over and over, hoping to just get a result, right? So, on July, right, she got a result. So, recruiter sent an email saying that they're still gathering feedback, right? Man, they are so slow, man. What I'm saying, like after one day, like you didn't get all the feedbacks, right? That's how it feels like after you're done doing interviews, man. You're just anxious to get on the what's called the anxious to get the result, right? You want to know how you did, you want to know what's up, right? Yeah, so you got every day just waiting for the response, like, you know what I'm saying? So she called, started thinking about, so the recruiter called, right, saying that thank you for your interest in Facebook and for your efforts, right? So we know when they start off with, that's what I'm saying. So this is exactly how rejections are formulated most of the time, right? Oh, thank you for your interest in this, right? We regretfully inform you that you're not nagging at this position, right? Pretty much how they always phrase it. They always phrase it in the nicest possible way, you know what I'm saying, possible. So you said 30 seconds would call, she added, right? The recruiter added that all that being said, right, you did great in interviews and we'd like to offer you the job, guys. Wow, wow, wow. So she was speechless. Honestly, felt so blessed, right? Oh my God, we always love those kind of stories, man, especially when we get to that point, guys, of ultimately reaching our destination, right? So hearing that those kind of words, guys, will like to offer you the job, or we would like to offer you an offer, or whatever that is, right? It's always good to always get there, man. I'm saying it always like, man, all this months and months and months of hard work, guys. Like it happens, guys. I'm telling you, man. It's a great feeling, right? Cause man, cause you have something to show for it now, man. You finally have it. I'm saying always good, man. Those are the words that are, the best words. I'm saying the best sentences ever, the best phrase ever, right? So, all they wanted to say is job. So, all she wanted to say is that she knew that job searching is a struggle, right? Everybody knows job searching is a struggle. Everybody struggles. What I'm saying, and that the burnout is a real issue, right? Burnout, liquid burnout is real, and sometimes rejection feels like the end of the world, right? It does, especially if you're not used to rejection, right? If you're used to rejection, man, rejection is like nothing, right? Like me, I'm used to rejection, right? I can't take rejection like like it's nobody's business, right? I love getting rejected every time, right? It's a good learning opportunity, right? It means that you're growing, guys. Failing is a good thing. Being rejected and continuing on the journey, man, not giving up, and knowing that being persistent and keep being on your grind, you're gonna reach whatever destination that you're gonna reach, guys. So I still keep that to this day, guys. I keep grinding, right? Things are not going to go as smoothly the first time around. You need to be able to endure some pain, some rejection, guys. That's part of the game. That's part of everything is, guys. So, but they're not, right? And she's the living proof that it's possible. You need to do your best, right? Just need to do your best. That's it. She's not a competitive programmer or someone that's been doing this for a long time. 4 months ago, she had no idea how to use a heap, right? Hard work pays off, right? We've just a little bit of luck, guys. Paired with just a little bit of luck. That's a very, very important thing that she's saying right there, right? That luck plays a role as well, right? But you need to do the hard work as well, right? It needs to be paired together so that you can get that success that you actually want, guys, right? That dream, getting to your dream company, right? So I love reading those stories, man. It really, really gets me pumped, guys. I'm saying before I start my legal journey, I think I read this when I was long grinding legal, guys, and I still do, man. Those stories are really put a smile on my face and really kind of motivates me to just, man, keep grinding. I know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I know that, right? Yeah. So a lot of good things. So I'm saying what she said right there. So I'm gonna leave a link to that in the description, guys, right? So pretty much it's some advice, right? Contacting recruiters. So if you contact recruiters, that's what she said. She said recover from burnout, right? So try to take a mental break from all the things, right? That stressing you, right? So you need to make sure you take a break from LeetCode. If you feel burnout from LeetCode, I understand, to a point where you're starting to hate LeetCode and you feel sad, depressed, right? You need to make sure that you get off LeetCode, I'm saying, and try to do other things like meditating, like she said, right? Make sure that you sleep, man. You're drinking enough water. Make sure you relax. Make sure that the world is bigger than LeetCode, man. Life is bigger than LeetCode, right? There's a whole life outside of LeetCode, right? Get off your computer, log off, and enjoy nature and see what's out there, man. I'm saying the world's so much bigger than LeetCode, man. I'm saying life is so much bigger than LeetCode. LeetCode's not the end all be all, right? So, and come back to it with a fresh mind and then relax and try to find something that motivates you, right? To continue, help you continue on your journey, guys. So failure, right? A lot of people at big companies fail, right? That's a very true saying, guys, right? Failure only tells you that you did. Failure only tells you how well you did at a specific point in time. It doesn't define your, right, your knowledge or your capabilities, right? Some examples: people spend years applying for the same role, and then they make wonderful software engineers, guys. So this is a very, very good one. She's a new grad, right? So this is a person that's been working as a new grad. So that's a very good, inspiring story, guys. Really, really motivating story. Yeah, man, I like it a lot, actually. I love this kind of journeys, guys, that people that share their journey, that pretty much allows us to get some inspiration, right, from the stories and be able to do it, right? So quickly, the comments, they say that's quite an inspirational story journey. Congratulations, quite a heartful story. That's another good post, right? Have this person have done about 305 question until 8 months of interview, right? That person was on the brink of giving up, but the post inspired him or her a little, right? They hope that together we stop and try to get a little more serious next couple months. Exactly, man. So whenever you feel like you're about to give up, just go on LeetCode, read those kind of awesome, kind of inspiring, motivational videos, man. Watch them, and then I think you'll be fine, right? So this is another amazing post by a user of LeetCode, right? So LeetCode, man, the community is extremely nice, extremely wonderful. I love LeetCode, man, like you guys know. So if you guys like this kind of video, guys, let me know in the comment section. If you're new, like I said, subscribe, and yeah, man, I'll see you guys in the next video.